Okay, I'd like to welcome you all to the April 8th, 2026 City of Springfield License Commission meeting. I'd like to start this meeting at 5:31 p.m. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the Springfield Board of License Commissioners hearing held on Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. Did everyone have an opportunity, commissioners have an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Any corrections that need to be made? Looked over? No?
None that I saw.
Okay. Then I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes for the Springfield Board License Commissioners hearing held on Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade? Commissioner Cade?
Okay, I just got connected. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, we're approving the minutes for the March
Okay,
25th,
yes,
2026
yes.
meeting. Yes, okay. Um, Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez, John is on, it's just he cannot have his camera on right now. He's having video difficulty.
Okay,
And Commissioner Safransky,
Yes.
okay. Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay. Next item on the agenda is new business, new petition for BYOB license for Taste of Tradition 2, DBA Taste of Tradition located at 174 Main Street, Leah Warwick, manager of record.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what is it that you're planning to offer?
Yeah, so I recently opened up a restaurant in Indian Orchard. Um and I'm looking to have the bring your own bottle, um like I've seen in other like big mammals before, but my thing is more so because sometimes we do baby showers or things like that where they will of course purchase food, and I think having that option would help along the way with the business.
Okay. Um, do you have any experience with, selling alcohol, this type of business before?
Yes, I've worked for a lot of corporate businesses prior to having my own. I worked 12 years for Olive Garden, so I'm very familiar with, signs of, people being way too intoxicated to drive or, things like that. But I was more so thinking of like wine, like, that option for them to have a bottle of wine with dinner and things like that. Nothing too crazy, but yes, I've been a bartender for MGM, another corporate place. So I do know how to handle alcohol, but the I don't want well, I'm not ready for, alcohol establishment where I provide or sell alcohol, but I wanted the option for the people who are having events or the people who are coming in for dinner if they can have like bring a bottle of wine or something like that.
Okay. Now, when you applied, you read on what exactly is the BYOB, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you're aware, like, so when you're saying, like a bottle of wine,
Mhm.
is that your focus? Because
My focus is a bottle of wine, but I did see that they can bring a beer, and I did see, so like I'm not advertising for the people to, bring bottle or anything like that, but if I'm having like a Valentine's Day couple dinner, I will, have reservations and give them the option to bring the bottle of wine if they wanted to, and then, I know that we can't charge for alcohol or anything like that, so that wouldn't be a charge to them. It's just an option for them.
Okay. Earlier you mentioned, for example, having baby showers and stuff like that. Usually events like that, people, tend to look for, more alcohol, more than just a bottle. So
Hmm.
how do you plan on controlling what is coming into your establishment?
Well, I would definitely control what was coming into my establishment. It's not too big where they can get in and out without me seeing. I do have cameras. So I will observe the cameras, when I'm not in the front of the house to actually, you know, see what's going on. And if I see anything that's not within our rules or like that, or illegal, then I will approach it immediately.
Okay. What type of food are you selling?
I sell a little bit of everything. We're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We sell breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have, I mix, and it's called Taste of Tradition, so it's a little bit of all my traditions. We sell mac and cheese, collard greens. We sell rice and beans and penne. We sell French toast and pancakes for breakfast, and breakfast sandwiches and things like that. We cater for the Indian Orchard Citizen Council. I'm the vice president of the Indian Orchard Citizen Council with Zeta. Um, and yeah, that's basically what I do.
Okay. Okay. Any questions from the commissioners?
No, I'd just like to add though that I know that you work for various establishments, and having your own is a little different accountability in reference to alcohol.
Yep.
So I
I,
think that you have to really pay attention and make sure
yep.
that you okay.
Yep.
So you
No,
think
I
that
hear you. I'm just agreeing with you
okay,
completely.
all right, right. The
Yeah.
accountability piece is pretty huge.
Yes, I
Yes, it is.
agree.
At the end of the day, it is your responsibility, what happens at your establishment, so you have to make sure that people are held accountable because you will be held accountable as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. If there aren't any other questions,
I just had one, Commissioner Espinosa. Just, Ms. Warwick, your tip certification is currently up to date?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And yes, and I think I was told that anyone who was working, if we were to get this, they would have to be tip certified as well, which I will get that in place if we are approved.
And Ms.
Thank you.
Warwick, just be aware if you aren't already that we have specific rules and regulations addressing this. So make sure you're familiar with them and you're complying with them, assuming you're granted the license.
Correct. Yes, sir.
okay. Any other questions? No. Then, is there anyone from the public who would like to speak on behalf or oppose? No. Okay. Then I'd like to make a motion to approve the new petition for BYOB license for Taste of Tradition 2, DBA Taste of Tradition located at 174 Main Street, Leah Warwick, Manager of Record. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Tonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Safransky,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay. Well, congratulations, and
Thank you.
you should follow up with the license office, so just to make sure that all the paperwork is done.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you so much
You're
for your
welcome.
time, everyone.
Okay.
One question, are you answering your phone? Because I was there Sunday and I called several times and no one picked up, but
The Taste the Tradition.
yes, I did. I was
Um,
outside.
what Sunday? What Easter morning?
Yeah, you probably was too busy to pick up the phone.
I'm so sorry about that. Easter
All
was
right.
very, very busy, but I would
Okay.
love for you to try us again.
All
Yeah.
right.
And I'll remember your face.
Take care.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Have a
Good
good
luck.
night.
You too. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Next item on the agenda is a new petition for a change of location for 390 Allen Street LLC, DBA Sullivan's Allen Street Package Store located at 390 Allen Street, from 390 Allen Street to 126 Island Pond Road, Suite 2. Christian Leeds, Manager of Record.
And Madam Chair, Attorney Kelly is here with his clients in person.
Okay.
Good evening, Daniel Kelly. My office is at 33 Mulberry Street here in Springfield. I'm the attorney for the petitioner. This is a change of location for an existing package store on Allen Street to be moved quarter, half a mile away to the shopping, there we are, to the shopping plaza located down the street on Island Pond Road, where Nathan Bills is currently located. As you probably already know from reading some of the literature I provided and being on this mission for a while, you'll know that the owners of the package store also own the shopping plaza, where they're proposing to be tenants of their own plaza, as well as owning, among other bars, Nathan Bills. They also own bars at East Long Meadow and another bar in Springfield on Page Boulevard. Thank you. So this is one part of a multifaceted plan. So I'll start off with the overall plan to give you an idea, because it will help kind of lay out how we got here. Allen Package Store, as you know, has been there for a very, very long time. They took it over a couple of years ago. It's currently housed in a old structure that looks like a house, probably was a house at some point, and it's not the best area in terms of location. It's a great neighborhood, but in terms of location, it's not someplace that if today you were proposing to put a package store in, you would ever put it there, nor would ever be approved, probably. It's nestled inside of a pretty tight-knit neighborhood there, and it has some kind of a tight nooks and cranny parking lot there. And it's something that has been an issue going on for the neighborhood council. I know the Sullivans have been in conversation with the neighborhood council for years about issues there, and then they took it over and tried to address all the issues. So the first step would be for them to get plans approved, which they have, to if they were to move the package store, what they're going to do there. So they're going to put in condominiums. There will be home owned by the people that will live in them. There'll be actually resident-based home ownership. So before we got here, we had to start with that plan. So I'll give you some background on that plan. The house where the Allen Package Store is now would be retrofitted, so that would be housing in there. The parking lot would have townhouse style apartments. They would be condominiums, owner-owned, to be there. In order to get here, we had to have those plans approved. Those plans were approved by the city council, unanimous vote. Those plans were approved by the planning board, unanimous vote. Those plans were approved by the zoning board of appeals, unanimous vote. At every step of the way, the entire project, we have been transparent that project was the first step in an overall movement of this package store to where we're asking to be moved to now. So there was every step of the way, every single board that voted unanimously in favor of it knew that at some point in this process, we would be back in front of you people and other boards to have this part of the project approved, which would be moving out of the package store location down the street in the same neighborhood, right down the street, to a shopping plaza, which we suggest is a much better usage of where package stores should be located. Being in a shopping plaza is a much better space for a package store. Having said that, every single board that's voted unanimously knew what we were doing and knew we would be here. We were in front of the planning board last night, round 2, on this particular proposal. They voted unanimously. I think you have had a number of letters of community leaders, the ward councilor, and other city councilors and other state representatives that work and live and represent that area have all sent letters in support. They have met with the neighborhood council at the outset. The neighborhood council is supportive. They've sent a letter. You have that in your packet, or I'm pretty sure you do. So I want to start there. Now, the proposal itself. The proposal itself is to move into the existing Nathan Mills Plaza, 110 Island Pond Road. Will not involve a change of hours. The hours that are the exact same hours that the package store is open now, they'll be open then. The hours, just to reiterate, are 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Sundays. The same hours that are open now. They'll be open there. This is an area that's got its own dedicated parking lot. It's a large parking lot, has a lot of space there, and it's a spot that we feel is a more appropriate setting for a package store. The Sullivans and Mr. Leeds take great pride in how they run their businesses. They run businesses in all over Western Mass, East Long Meadow, Wilbraham, a couple here in Springfield, including this package store. They take great pride in that. As well run as any package store is, it's still a package store. So they felt a better usage was to be put it down at the plaza. Now the plaza is something that they took over about 1.5 years ago as owners. They've been there for a long time, but they've never owned it. The initial owner, when they went in there, was Rite Aid. I can tell you, having been their lawyer when they first went in there, Rite Aid was a terrible landlord. You could not get a hold of Rite Aid. And what came after Rite Aid? You call Rite Aid with a problem, they'd bounce you from Iowa to Nebraska to the home office all over the place. It's a terrible landlord. The Sullivans, in conjunction with community leaders, recognized that, took it upon themselves, and I think in the literature I provided to you, have reached out as tenants at this point and had been doing community cleanups in that area in conjunction with the Civic Association and other community leaders. You have that in your literature. Eventually, Rite Aid sold it to a few other entities. They were able to become owners of that plaza for a short period of time. And it's made a remarkable turnaround. Now, it's a shopping plaza. I'm not suggesting that it's the Four Seasons. It's a shopping plaza, but look at what they've done in the short period of time that they've owned it. They have the parking lot, the lighting. There is a significant upgrade in what they have done. They have changed really the character of that shopping center. Now, at its heart, it's a shopping center, but that's what it's for. Having said that, where is it going to go? It's going to go in the unit that you see in your packet. It's not a particularly large area, but then again, the spot they're moving from is not a particularly large area. It's in the same neighborhood. It's just in a better spot. It's in a plan that's been passed unanimously by every board that's heard it. It's in a spot that has been approved by every single elected official in the area that lives there, represents there. You have those letters. And it's a spot that is being run by known, recognized operators. They have been in the liquor business for a long time. I would defer to their file here if they had one, but they don't. So I would let you know that. They're a very good operators. I could stop there, but I know you may hear some opposition in a few minutes, but I want to point a few things out. You may be wondering why I submitted a floor plan for the abutting tenant of the shopping plaza. At the planning board, there was some suggestion that they are moving next door to a school. That is not accurate. You can't just call something a school. You can't label something a school and say it's a school. There are requirements, legal requirements to be labeled a school. They do not meet them, nor have they sought them. They're not a school. It's a therapeutic setting for autism. If you look at the floor plan I've given you, you'll note that. You'll note, for starters, there's no classrooms. You'll note what you see is something that is akin to a doctor's office, which is what we've been telling people. This is a medical area, a medical facility. You'll see there has a waiting room. And then you'll see on the floor plan a number of small little rooms. Have you ever been to the doctor's? Have you ever been to the dentist? You'll recognize that pattern. That is a therapeutic setting by appointment only. It's not a school. They know what it is. They're the landlords. They put it there. There's been no hiding the ball, and there's been full transparency with the Autism Center from day one. Everybody knows that this plan has been in the works for months. I just want to blunt that. I can go in longer detail if necessary, but that is why I provided all of you that material. Now, Before I stop, I just want to say that the Sullivans are known operators. They're very good operators. You yourselves have been on this board for a very long time. You know who's been in front of you for violations. You know who hasn't been in front of you for violations. You'll know that the Sullivans are on the have not list. You'll know that this is a move down the street to a more appropriate setting that is supported initially by every board they've been in front of and every elected official that could support it. We ask you to look favorably upon that because this is an important part of the overall plan that all those other boards, including the city council, has voted unanimously in there. Without the moving of this package store, they would stay where they are, and the home ownership condominium units that are proposed there that have already been passed unanimously by the city council enthusiastically, I was there that night, that's not an overstatement, would not be able to go. So I'd ask you to consider all those factors in making your decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Kelly. I think you have covered just about everything. Do commissioners have any questions? No.
I do not.
Okay. Is there anyone from the public who is here and would like to speak in favor of this move, this petition?
Madam Chair, do you want to do the people in this room first, or do you want to do the people over Zoom first?
We can do the people in your room first.
Okay, so if you're speaking up in favor, we're gonna do those first, and come up one at a time. And you can address the commission, and then, we're gonna go through everybody that's in favor, both online and in person, and then we'll do, if there's anyone that's not in favor, we'll do you after. Thank you. Sir, if you could identify yourself, your name, and, certainly if you're in the neighborhood, please let them know. Thank you.
I'm Frank Bryan, a member of the East Forest Park Civic Association, live at 720 Allen Street in the neighborhood. I'm here to speak for this move. This management team has supported the East Forest Park neighborhood from its very beginning. First were located there. They have been a vital part of our neighborhood's activities, events, and charities. Their families live in the area, have a sincere desire for its well-being. We trust that they will continue to be this type of a good business neighbor. And this certainly is a much safer location. We're pleased that they're thinking about that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Frank Daly, 109 Pennsylvania. I'm also a member of the East Forest Park Civic Association Board. Frank covered it very well. There were a couple other things that I wanted to add. One being that the board voted unanimously this support the South Allen package for the entire project. The family has been very thorough in communicating with the board, and I'm sure that any concerns can be addressed along the way. They've been very open and forthright and everything. And I also wanted to say that, this is all part of the revitalization of a once nearly abandoned plaza that was a big concern for the neighborhood. So this is bringing businesses back into something that, we were worried about being abandoned for a long time. So overall, we found nothing but positive from this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else in person who wants to speak in favor, or everyone's against that's left? Okay. There's no one else in person looking to speak in favor, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
I believe Mr. Arment online wants to speak in favor. I saw him go up.
Yes. Can you unmute yourself? Thank you.
Yes, I did. Good evening, everyone. I'm William Arment. I own JDA Real Estate, Charlie Arment Trucking, and Springfield Abatement, all located on Warehouse Street in Springfield. My family's been in the neighborhood since 1987 when my grandfather purchased the first building on Warehouse Street. I'm now the third generation in the city. We've all helped redevelopment this area, and the Sullivans are much like the Arment family. We all give back to the community that we continuously keep asking so much from. Joe and John Christian have been great for the neighborhood. They've even gotten us to help in and do some more things locally in the actual neighborhood rather than just for the city of Springfield as a whole. as far as I'm concerned, I obviously travel this area heavily with all of my trailer trucks and everything else. The location of the package store currently is not ideal even for our trucks coming in with people trying to get in or out of there. Obviously, being next to a vacant plaza for quite some time also isn't very appealing as a business owner. So I'm very much in favor of them relocating and rehabilitating that plaza. Now, on another note, too, my sister is diagnosed with autism. So I've grown up with autism my entire life. All of my trailer trucks are lettered with autism stickers and support. We are heavy in the autism community with supporting. And my sister, who is 30, has gotten services at locations very similar to the location proposed as the neighboring renter from this package store. And by no means is it a school, in my opinion, either, as I've taken my sister personally. And I also have a location very similar to this next to my property in East Long Meadow. But as it's more of an appointment thing, similar to a doctor's office and everything else, like Mr. Kelly said, I don't see how it could even be classified as a school in the neighborhood. But no, they have my support. They have my family's support. They have all of our businesses' support. And if there's anything else we can do to express that, we'd be more than happy to.
Thank you, Mr. Arment. Anyone else that wants to speak in favor? No. Okay, we can move on to those who are in opposition, and we can start in the room with Attorney Schmidt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Please come forward.
I did see them.
Whatever you want.
First, hello, my name is Julie Marie George. I reside at 71 Agnes Street. My grandfather built this home. I'm actually in a butter to the property. One of only 11 that are abut the property currently owned by Joe Sullivan and company. And unfortunately, due to the fact that I just got this signed notice less than 48 hours ago, and I am the only one out of the 11 people that were able to make it tonight, but I spoke with Mr. Rodriguez and John, that's a couple houses up, and they both requested that I plead with you to do an extension because they wanted to make it, but unfortunately, due to the short notice, I only received this notice on Monday. And 48 hours is really not enough if you have prior commitments, if you have to work. And I assure you, he told me, please ask for an extension. He might be on Zoom, actually. His last name is Rodriguez. I don't see him there. And another neighbor down the street also wanted to be here, but had a migraine. Again, we only had 48 hours notice, and I don't think that that's enough. I know he has a lot of support, but I just want to state that 48 hours is not enough for something this important. And there are several other people whom abut the property that are against this transfer. So I will say that, and I wanted to bring to your attention that they have requested that the package store move from 390 Allen Street to 126 Island Pond Road. I need to get my glasses. Can you pass them? 126 Island Pond Road, if you Google that, is currently, I believe they have it leased there. It is it's listed as a community autism service and ABA therapy. Hours of operation, I think, are like 8 to 5. They're sistered with an affiliate May Center School for Autism and Development and Disabilities in West Springfield. And this will serve children from 18 months to 14 years old. It's focused on individualized support, skill, communication, social, and daily living skills. So I have that, to me, is one red flag. Okay. 126 Island Pond Road. Nathan Bills is 110. And 126 Island Pond Road, for which they're requesting the transfer, already has the occupancy of community audit. So are they asking for a license to serve alcohol within this building where the autism clinic / school, I mean, Joe Sullivan said to me personally, about a month ago, that it was a school. He said to me to my face that it was a school for autistic children and adults. And now, via last week's planning board meeting, it's been clarified as a clinic. This is a day drop off for children up to 14 years old with autism, that if you go to the plaza and stand there, is filled with playgrounds. Now just visualize that, filled with playgrounds with a bar, and now they want to put their package store next to it. So sandwiched in the middle is an autistic therapy day program for children. Secondly, but may I pause and just ask if if it's possible before I continue, on behalf of the other 10 abutters to this property, to request an extension where, and I don't know what the law is and says how much we're legally supposed to have notice, but I don't believe 48 hours is enough. So I'm really pleading with the board before I continue. If they have that much support, they shouldn't really be afraid of having a little bit more time, because the 11 residences of which this entity is in the backyard should have a voice here, and they just really weren't given enough time. Or an additional meeting perhaps, like, so we don't have to like solidify it just yet. Before I continue, I'm sorry, I do have.
So what you're saying is that you only had 48 hours notice for this meeting, but
Correct.
you and the other abutters have known about this plan.
No. What I'm saying is we didn't have enough notice to be here, because in addition to this very misleading, and I want to just share with you, this letter says that I had to sign for. It says notice is hereby given under chapter so-and-so, and states that they want a license from 390 Allen Street to be that license and package store to be moved to 126 Island Pond Road, Suite 2, which is currently, if you Google it, they have a lease that suite within there. So that is flag number, I don't know how many, but certainly a red flag, because that wouldn't be an accurate actual location for the package store, because they want to sandwich the package store in between the Autism Therapeutic Community Center and Advanced Auto. So that's a red flag right there. And none of us, I think they were zone approved for condos alongside when they purchased the package store. I'm not sure how they could have been approved to zone and put condominiums there. That must have been their plan, but everyone on the outside, and maybe like the Civic Association knew, but different people in the area talked to them and they said maybe a Dunkin' Donuts, maybe a grocery store, it's just all this. But at the end of the day, I did share, Frank, from the Civic Association, knew that I was strongly opposing this back when we were voting for Friendly Mart to get their package store at the top of the street. So I wasn't even notified when the vote was for the Civic Association. I mean, I'm not on the board, but I do have representation along with my neighbor Kay Nicely, who lives across the street. But anybody I talked to, when I informed them that it was an autism school, especially Mr. Rodriguez, who's a security guard at one of the jails, said, I wish I could be there tonight. I just can't. Please try to get an extension. along with a few of the other abutters. Judy, who came last week to the planning committee, and she's like traumatized by the whole thing.
So what, ma'am, what we'll do is, I'll instruct the commissioners to, we'll take that into consideration. However, if you just want to go ahead and, continue your telling us about your opposition, and we're just going to go ahead and move on with the meeting. If at the end, the other commissioners, unanimously decide that, we should, continue, then we'll go ahead and do so.
Okay, because for clarification, the license for their package store isn't gonna be within 126. I mean, what is the accurate address of where they want to put the package store? That is a confusing element, don't you think?
Well, to me, it reads 126 Island Pond Road, Suite 2. I don't know, I myself, I don't understand what the confusion is.
Okay, well, like, for example, Nathan Bills is 110. The bank is like 106. You feel me? So this 126 Island Pond Road, and when you Google that, that's what comes up, the community autism therapy.
Right. So is the address for the entire building, but then it's broken down into suites. That's how they get that's why that's how they're able to, rent the space or lease it in, to different businesses. So this is
Okay.
suite 2.
Okay, because the suites start from the other end where advanced auto is, it goes 1, 2, and so on. I mean, it's just confusing because if you Google Nathan Bills, it comes up 110 Island.
I understand it's a separate building.
Okay. You mean suite because it's all in the same place. Okay.
Right.
So I would like to just share with you that studies have shown that liquor stores can act as crime catalysts, which equals a reduced property value, potential violence, noise, trash, traffic. And I'll just add that we're already dealing with quite a bit of this because, as you know, if you're a taxpayer in Springfield, Island Pond Road is a very dangerous road. We've done 3 now major multi-million-dollar projects on Island Pond Road. The first one was Island Pond Road and South Branch Parkway. The second was at the Bend, where they extended turf and added medians, which there was already 2 major accidents there. And the second one has occurred, and the city hasn't gotten around to fixing the median. And there was just another accident 2 weeks ago at the corner of Rosella and Surrey Road. The third project was the crosswalk that was added at Surrey Road and Island Pond Road. I didn't even get an opportunity, having very little prep time, to Google what those improvements cost the city. So the traffic and the speed and the congestion have been a problem for some time and hasn't been mitigated an improvement since they've gotten here. It was a problem before they got there or before they owned it. And I would like to add that when they did move in, we had a lovely Brooks Drugs. There was a dry cleaner. There was also a library, and Rite Aid ended up selling to Walgreens, and Walgreens bottomed out because, unfortunately, the traffic and the congestion and the competition that Nathan Bills and the bar and the I call it the entertainment complex. I'm not even sure how it's zoned for retail anymore. Ran them right out. So the loitering, the decline of already congested traffic, our quality of the neighborhood has already been affected, and this will continue to negatively impact the value of home. The zoning typically requires anywhere from 100 feet to 1,000 feet, depending on the city, to be in between a school, I mean, call it a clinic, if you will, for children. If it's a day drop off or if they go there for the day, we're not sure of the capacity. I think there's a lot of still questions unanswered as far as how many kids between 18 and 14 years old are gonna be there? You know, why wouldn't, now they've changed it from school or they're saying it's a clinic, but that's a concern. And usually in the state of Massachusetts, our requirement is 500 feet. And the only thing that I found as an example, the closest example of that situation would be Johnson School on State Street. And I believe there's a whole street in between Johnson School and the package store that's in the plaza across the street. That's well over 200 feet, but they have a stockade fence around the school.
So, Miss, just so you
Yeah.
know, I'm the attorney for the city.
Okay.
And I can tell you that the relevant statute with regard to proximity to a school is not triggered by this project. So that's not a legal concern. And I understand that you have your own personal concern, but I'm telling you that the school or church abutting statute is not a concern.
Okay. And
Are we, correction, are we still talking about like statistics? I just want to know, because I may have gotten lost.
Okay, I don't know who's talking. Who's talking?
Springfield PD.
Oh, okay. Sorry, George.
No, you're good. Are we talking about like stats, or what are we exactly talking about here?
Well, I was bringing up the point of zoning, just raising the issue, and I think I did so at the planning board, that Massachusetts state requirement is 500 feet, but it is stipulated that with approval and support that can be mitigated. That's all I was sharing with you, that it's anywhere from 100 to 1,000 depending on the city and so on. So I also have public health concerns that we already have an issue with. And usually when a package store exists, there's increased rates of alcohol-related car crashes, injuries, crime, and that's already been known and established, with all due respect. And may your brother Thomas Gunnery rest in peace. And there was a huge fallout that the city, unfortunately, we sounded the alarms before 2015. There was a major incident, and we as abutters, and I didn't have time to get those results for you. If I had a couple more days, I could have. How many complaints I personally and people on the street raised the alarm before this incident happened back in 2015, when initially when they first were tenants there, we had a lot of problems, and I know there are a lot of complaints on record with regard to noise, drinking in the parking lot, and so forth. And that all kind of came to a peak in 2015 when there was a fight, and when the city of our city had to pay on their behalf $1.770,000 was the total payouts to the which goes along with what I said: violence, bad reputation, reflecting poorly on the neighborhood. So the city, the taxpayers, myself, paid out almost $2 million as a result of that fight. And additionally, Joseph Sullivan settled with those people that were on the other end of the fight for an undisclosed settlement. I guess that was a civil suit. And I will tell you, sitting here as I was born on 71 Agnes Street, I have never personally met any of these people, not formally or informally. I know the family, and I was very sad about the loss. I was at the parade and so on. But anyway, I just have one more point.
Again, this has nothing to do with the package store, okay? We're talking about this package store.
It doesn't have anything to do, or isn't the owner of the package store?
Keep it to the package.
All right, well, I think it's relevant because it does,
Excuse me, if I may, Commissioner Kay, do you have a question?
No, I just want to interject. I think we understand her point and her position. If she could perhaps close her argument because there are other people who are waiting.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think that was it. I think I will just last say that, I called Brian Connors, which is the Department of Eco Development. I guess he works alongside with the planning board. And he knew nothing about any of what's been proposed here today. And I just think that that's a valid point to let you guys know that they're supposed to work alongside the planning board, and he knew absolutely nothing about this license transfer. And I would strongly encourage one more opportunity for the remaining abutters to be present here to share their concerns. And I believe, Kay, do you wanna?
No, I don't. I agree with everything you said, and I've been in my house on Agnes Street since 1968. I moved there when we were first married, and the neighborhood has gone down unbelievably. It was a nice little country neighborhood back then, and now it's not. Things have certainly changed. Do any of you live in the area?
This is not, if you want to speak, you can be heard, okay, but you don't have the right to interview people.
You don't want any opinions, in other words.
No,
Is it a
you're
done deal? One
Absolutely.
question, is it a done deal?
There's been no vote. The public is allowed to speak.
Okay,
And you have your opportunity to speak. I'm just telling you, you can't cross-examine. Room, that's-
okay, I can't ask any, okay, gotcha.
I think she just was saying that the people that in question here that.
Again, this
that
is
don't
her
live-
time to
Yeah,
speak.
I'm sorry.
You had your chance. If you would like to come forward and speak, speak.
No,
If you-
I'm done speaking.
Okay, thank you.
I just told you how I feel.
Okay.
Thank
Anyone else in that room?
you. No, thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Anyone else online to speak in opposition? No. Okay. Yes,
There's a
Ms.
Stephanie
Brown?
Brown raising a hand. Are you wanting to speak, Miss Brown?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I apologize. My name is Carolyn Almeida, but my device is Stephanie Brown because I just named my device differently for meetings I have to have. All I wanted to say was I agree with the neighbor who just spoke. I live at 53 Agnes, so I'm one of the 11 people that it butts up against the property. And like she said, we didn't get these letters until less than 48 hours ago. And the only way I would have gotten the letter was my husband happened to come back during lunchtime, saw the postal carrier leaving the house and stopped her. And she said, "Oh, you have to sign for this." So we wouldn't have even known that this meeting was even happening. The other issue I had is I had a very difficult time even trying to get on this meeting tonight because there's a website that's listed, but it doesn't actually connect you as a Zoom call. So I agree that I'd also just like to have another night so we could have our neighbors come and be part of this. I was late also. I apologize to everyone getting into this meeting because I had a work schedule that I couldn't avoid. So I was late, almost 20 minutes late getting into the meeting. But I would also like to say, I would like to have another time, another meeting, so more of us can be there in person and hear about this. I only heard about this project in the last maybe 3 weeks. I didn't really know much about the school or clinic that they're talking about at all. So I think there's some information that still needs to be shared. And as a neighbor who's right there around the corner, I would like to have more, another time to come to the meeting and have more information given out. Because I don't feel like we've been told very much at all. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? No. Okay.
And Madam Chair, before there's any motions or anything, I would just state legally, the proper abutter notifications were done by Attorney Kelly. So I don't have any legal concerns if you choose to go forward today. And I've already addressed the church and school statute, but if you have any questions, please let me know.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, any discussion? Any questions for the Sullivans or Attorney Kelly? No. Okay. Then I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to approve the petition for a change of location for 390 Allen Street LLC, DBA Sullivan's Allen Street Package Store located at 390 Allen Street from 390 Allen Street to 126 Island Pond Road, Suite number 2, Christian Leeds, Manager of Record. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez? Commissioner Safransky?
Yes.
Ramirez,
John?
yes.
Okay, and Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Thank you. Okay, so your motion has been approved. Petition. Okay. Next item on the agenda is a transfer of wine and malt beverages package store license from Bay and Berkshire LLC, DBA Racing Mart to Bay Street Racing Mart Inc., DBA Racing Mart located at 1487 Bay Street. Vera Kumar and Patel, Manager of Record.
This matter, we're going to continue to April 22nd. The applicant was unable to get the newspaper ad done in time. So everyone who's in the room, please, we're still holding a meeting. Thank you. So I'm asking for a motion to send that to April 22nd.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to continue the new petition transfer of wine and malt beverage package store license from Bay and Berkshire LLC, DBA Racing Mart to Bay Street Racing Mart Inc., DBA Racing Mart located at 1487 Bay Street, Vera Kumar and Patel, Manager of Record, to April 22nd, 2026. Is there a second?
Second,
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
yes.
Commissioner Safransky?
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Thank you. Next petition is new petition for alteration of licensed premises for the White Lion Brewing Company LLC, DBA The White Lion Brewing located at 1500 Main Street, Raymond Berry, Manager of Record.
Good day, commissioners. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you. This is really part of business growth. We're applying for a 12C permit, and part of that 12C requires that the existing space that is permitted as a pub brewery, you must carve out some space because you can't have duplication of permits. So what we're applying for is to carve out approximately 130 square feet, probably no bigger than the office that I'm sitting in. And it affords us an opportunity when we cater special events to add beer, wine, beverages. Right now, if we did a special event off premise on private property, we would have to go in front of you for a one-day permit. The 12C is regulated not only by the local authority, but also the ABCC. So both channels are vetting the process. And this process must start first with the local authority. So if you deem appropriate that we are able to carve out 130 square feet of our existing space, we're not adding to it, we're just carving it out, that allows us to have the state review the exact same carve out. And if they grant it, we would be issued a 12C permit that will allow us to cater off-site and apply beverages to that catering job.
Okay. Okay. Any questions? No? Okay. Thank you for explaining that. I was wondering what the 12C was. Okay. If there aren't any questions, then I'd like to make a motion to approve the new petition for alterations of licensed premises for the White Line Brewing Company LLC, DBA The White Line Brewing, located at 1500 Main Street, Raymond Berry, manager of record. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Safransky?
Sorry, yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay, thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you
Good
very
luck.
much.
Keep that
Okay.
fish and grits ready. Fish and grits,
Thank you.
fish and grits, fish and grits, Ray.
Okay. The next item is under new business, and that is a seasonal application for Lori Perkin and David Leclerc, DBA Home Fruit Wine, for farmer winery license to sell at Farmers Market in Forest Park parking lot by the arena of 200 Trafton Road from May 5th, 2026 to October 27th, 2026, every Tuesday between the hours of 12:30 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Good to see you again.
Likewise. Okay, so here we are again.
Yes. So thank you once again. We've had a great season last year and we're looking forward to another good season. The winter market went very well inside. And the summer one is always usually better. So we're hoping to do very well this year and hope we can participate again this year at the Forest Park.
Great, great. Any questions from the commissioners? Miss Lori's here every year, so I would go ahead and make a motion to approve the seasonal application for Lori Perkins and David Leclerc, DBA Home Fruit Wine for farmer winery license to sell at the farmers market in Forest Park parking lot by the arena of 200 Trafton Road from May 5th to October 27th, every Tuesday between the hours of 12:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Kane?
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Safransky?
Yeah.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay. Good luck.
All right, well, thank you very much. We'll probably see you in the fall.
Okay. Okay. Is there any new business, anything we want to discuss? No.
We're all set.
Okay, then I'd like to make a motion to adjourn at 6:27 p.m. There a second?
Second.
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Safransky?
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay, thank you. Have a good night,
Yeah, see ya.
everyone.